Jesus Got a Girlfriend is a 5-part play. It is a musical, a comedy, a love story, a coming-of-age tale, and most importantly, 2.5 hours of pure fun. There are 6 roles: Jesus, Mary, who is mumsy to Jesus, stepdaddy Joseph, Jude, Easter, who is the love interest, and the man who plays the additional 9 characters in the play. There are 3 set locations: Joseph's Citispell furniture store in Nazareth, the desert, and Jude's Temple Bar and Grill. There are 27 songs, dance routines, sight gags, blackouts, and audience asides. The target demographic audience is adults 45 plus, although this could be the perfect date night. Now, before I continue, did you know it is an actual fact that there is no mention of Jesus in the Bible from the time the Magi came bearing gifts until the time he was nearing 30 years of age, with the exception of Jesus becoming a carpenter? So who knows how he was raised? Was he a nice kid? Was he a geek? Was he a spoiled brat? Did he even like being a carpenter? Hey, my guess is as good as anybody's. Let's consider this. Jesus was never told he was the Son of God. His mumsy, Mary, kept it a secret and raised Jesus as the ultimate mama's boy, tied to her apron strings for over 30 years, until Jesus, who wants to go out and find his true destiny, can't take it any longer.
Time for Jesus to get out, see what life is all about. I have to quit this hanging around and get my ass out of this one-ass town.
Mumsy doesn't agree, and Jesus and his mother have it out.
Take your shackles
Darling Jesus,
off
don't
of
despair.
me and let
Another
me
year and it will still be there.
I am a grown man.
Listen to your
I
mom.
will get
This is
along.
not the
I'll
time
show you I
for your
can.
travel
Give
season.
me one good reason not to go.
Read my lips, 'cause Jesus, I said no.
So what does Jesus do? He runs away from home.
I'll visit someplace new every day. Get my kicks on the Appian Way. Expand my horizons and change my views. Finally meet someone who's not a Jew.
And just so you know, the jokes in this play never stop. Name a biblical reference, and it's now funny. 40 days and 40 nights, cocks crowing, Jewish healing, loaves and fishes, beatitudes. There's even a crucifixion one-liner. Jesus' trip doesn't turn out the way he had planned, and he's left stranded in the desert, miserable.
I'm feeling worthless, distraught, and all alone. Maybe I should just give in and go home.
Just before Jesus is ready to throw in the shroud, a miracle happens, and Jesus finds himself in the Jude's Temple Bar and Grill, where barmaid Easter is smitten by the sight of Jesus' healing. Could this be the man of her dreams? Easter asks, Jesus, are you married, engaged to be engaged, in a serious relationship, dating anyone, in love, in life, or got your eye on anybody? Well, no. You have any interest in any of those? Well, maybe. A connection is made. Jude, who's doing his best to make Easter a notch on his step, doesn't like the way this is shaping up and tries to warn Easter.
Trust me, I know a cat. When I see one, he'll break your heart before he's done. Please, 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 for God's sake, dump his ass before it's too late.
I finally found my Mr. Right. I dream of him both day and night. He's the finest man I've ever known. I know what I'm doing, so leave me alone.
Back at the Citispell, after Jesus split, Mumsy is freaking out. She has to partially let on to her secret to convince Joseph to go out and find Jesus.
Jesus is on earth for a purpose, and if he doesn't fulfill it, it's gonna hurt us. I know this is hard to understand, but if he doesn't hit 30, the shit hits the fan.
Joseph proposes a deal. Mary has no choice but to accept. After they shake on it, Mary says, "Now get out there and find my King of Kings." While Mary frets, Joseph searches, Jude plots, and true love flourishes.
Finally we have found each other.
Can't wait for you to meet my mother.
Love is such a wonderful thing
To carry us through what life brings. Our love will overcome bad times. the ping to my pong and the dong to my ding. You're my first,
You're my last, you're my everything.
In the second act, a deal is made. Jesus is kidnapped, delivered home. Mumsy is revealed. And at the Temple Bar and Grill, Jude is ready to make his move on the dumped and devastated Easter.
Jesus tied up and out of the picture. There's not a better time to make my move. Easter is ripe, thinking he dissed her, and I've got much that I want to prove. I'll play it nice until I gain her trust. Start with a peck, a smooch and a hug, and at the point she succumbs to lust, I'll jump her like a chicken on a June bug.
A nefarious plot is discovered. Jesus is being held against his will. A fight breaks out. Chaos ensues. And Easter saves Jesus from ruin. Easter, you're my savior. No, Jesus, you're my savior. Well, whatever. Now, Mary has no choice. It is time for the truth to finally come out.
I know this may be a bit upsetting, a hard pill to swallow in only one setting. I'm your mother and you're God's only son, and I had to swear not to tell anyone.
Jesus, stepdaddy Joseph, and Easter can't believe what they hear. Mumsy, where do you come up with this stuff? God has a plan for you, Jesus, his mother tells him. You will save the family of man. Jesus' reaction, I'm not ready for any of this. I haven't even moved out of my room yet. Jesus, you have to accept your fate. Jesus isn't sure what to do. So Mumsy does a end around and forces Easter to make the decision.
Should I stay or should I go? Not easy to decide. Impossible conundrum for a mortal such as I. Stay with my lover or step aside. Do what I'm asked or be his bride. Together forever or forever apart. My dreams come true or break my own heart.
The next morning, Easter is gone. Now it's Jesus' turn to freak out. He defies his Mumsy, runs off, finds Easter, and pops the question, Easter, will you marry me? Yes, she says. The final scene is the wedding at the Temple Bar and Grill. The man, this time the rabbi, officiates. You may exchange the rings, but before the marriage is official, thunder erupts, lightning flashes, the stage goes dark, and when the lights go back up, the man has been transformed into God. I'm calling off the ceremony, he announces. Easter screams, no, you can't do that. This is my big day. God says, of course I can. I'm God. He turns to his son, Jesus, let me tell you what I have planned for you. Jesus doesn't know what to think. Well, I guess he says it wouldn't hurt to listen.
You'll learn to multiply fish and bread, wake Lazarus from the dead, calming storms and rains, alleviating chronic pains. And from my list of beatitudes, you'll find a new attitude. You'll have new lessons to teach, gospels to preach. Your flock will grow like untethered sheep. Crowds will gather into your tent to hear the man who's been heaven sent.
Jude asks, can I be his agent and get 10%? Wait, Jesus says. What about Easter? Easter answers, Jesus, someday we will once again find each other. But now you'll be stretched too thin, busy eradicating original sin.
Just know you'll have a big cross to bear, but please be aware that what you'll be doing will be Satan's undoing.
God leaves the ultimate decision up to his son, who thinks it over and then,
Daddy, I'm ready to take the role, to help and do all that I'm told. No matter the task that I am assigned, I'll do my part to finish on time.
that's my boy. Jesus says, I just hope I don't blow it. All gather around Jesus to pledge their loyalty and assistance.
Yes, you and me. the world a better place to be. To make the world a better place to be. To make the world a better place to be. Better place to be.
Thank you for your time. If you'd like to take the next step, all you have to do is reply, and a full script of Jesus Got a Girlfriend will come your way.
Yes, you and me. To make the world a better place to be.